So this is going to be a short video. It's bright and early in the morning, and I am taking my first break before I go get some more coffee. And I just wanted to talk about some of the stuff I've done over the last couple days that I didn't really record, but were somewhat major modifications to the engine overall. So let's go ahead and take a look. Let's see what Thomas the Game Engine has in store for us. So there has been a little bit of cleanup, just in terms of organization. Um, we now actually manage frames and frame rates to some degree. We also have a render, an update function, and a start function now. The render function is very much like, let's see, down here, I believe. Yeah, render. So it's render, render the world, render the player, and we'll be adding more and more complexity to this. You can see the update method here, which runs every single frame, calls the render method, renders the player, everything. Then we check for movement. If the player moved, you can see in player, I've added some kind of helper methods here, like update position relative to velocity. So we can update the velocity of the player and then have all the corresponding values changed for like the sprite. Moved is just checking if velocity has been applied, and so on. So if they move, we update the player position, and then we render. You can see the manage frame, which manages each frame, and the time is basically tracking the time from the start of the frame to the end of the frame, and based off kind of our constant here we have for delay, which is basically targeting 60 FPS and then dividing 1,000 by that. We compare that to the SDL ticks minus the frame start, get our time. If we need to delay, we delay. All right. Anyway, it provides slightly smoother motion to player movement, although it is still a little janky. So, okay. What else do we got here? What have we got? You can see I ripped out some of this logic and handle user movement. Here we're just tracking. We're like, okay, did they press these keys? If so, change velocity. And here's our game loop now. So, here. You can see, we call the start. We're on start. At the start of everything, we do initial rendering, and then we hit the game loop. So we hit the game loop here, and we call update. When we're done pulling events, we manage the frame and the leftover time, and we do it again. I think that's about it. I added basic. Oh, maybe did I mention the upgrade to rendering? Oh, maybe not, because I've been just kind of working on that. So before I was just kind of spamming rectangles at the screen. I mean, of course, we all kind of remember what that looks like. Let me see. I have a bunch of recordings on this thumb drive. Oh, it's actually might be in here. Yeah, okay, here, let me pop this bad boy up.
Ooh.
We don't need to hear
Ooh.
double Bruce voice. All right, I just need an example. So, we went from something like this with just like rectangles spammed on the screen to something quite a bit nicer. We are now implementing SDL render. So you can see the render copy here. If we look in player as well as tile, you can see we're taking in a surface and a texture and images. So next up is managing like sprite sheets and tile maps and stuff, and maybe like setting up a basic animation engine. Which I like animation, you just flip images around, right? So it should be easy enough to get basic animation going. But in any case, we apply the texture, and you can see. Let's see, where's render player? Render player. So we render copy the player texture, and then from the player sprite get like some positional and width and height properties, which of course are ultimately sourced from the player attributes component. So anyway, rendering's rad now. I support basic textures. Check this out. Please don't crash. Good lord, please don't crash. Okay, it doesn't. Look at this. Like, night and day, Night and day. So you can see there's not like this weird trail of stuff following him. It is just a sprite moving around on other sprites. And it's awesome. So that's kind of the long and short of it. We still obviously don't have boundaries. Collision is another thing we'll have to handle. Every day I like think of game ideas, but I don't have an engine to implement them in. I was actually thinking of making this video, like video number 10, a little more special, and I got a little video editor and stuff, but my laptop couldn't take it. I couldn't even play the frickin' video, so like I had all these different videos I was going to kind of stitch together and stuff. Wasn't happening. So that's that. Maybe I can do it on my desktop. But I just kind of wanted to make a better edited video, but oh well. This is what you guys get. You get morning Bruce. My hair's all over the place. I'm tired. I only have 1 cup of coffee in me, but I'm still having fun, And I just read this article about Serenity OS. I love Serenity. Maybe one day I'll be good enough at C++ to contribute. And this is just one step in that direction. So I was reading about how they don't use the standard library. So they're not using standard string. They have like their own I was looking at their string implementation here. It's cool. It's cool. Like, and it there's just like there's these cool usages of just aspects of C++ I don't use, like the constant expression, these like generics, I think, right? That's typically how I would do a generic in any other language. But anyway, super cool. All right. Well, 10 minutes. That's about 10 minutes per video. In any case, I am incredibly happy with where this is going. So yeah, the next steps I think is going to be loading up and supporting more graphics, tile sets, sprite maps, or whatever, sprite sheets, tile maps, whatever. Animations and stitching together animations, right? So animations will have to know about multiple sprites, right? And then we need to be able to connect animations to events. So either like they're walking around or they're idling or whatever it is, we need to be able to handle those updates. And yeah, anyway, it's going to be interesting, and I wonder how that's going to go. Like, animation can't be that hard, but you start animating a lot of stuff and you're getting all these like synchronous subsequent calls, right? Animate this, then this, then this, then this, then this. Hopefully it doesn't kill performance. But yeah, um handling animation, handling tiles and textures from like sprite sheets and sprite maps, tile maps, whatever the hell. And then creating a font or downloading a font. And by font, I mean more like, a drawn out, like, texture font, like we would have anything else. And being able to get, like, a font library together so we can spell out words, you know? Anyway. Um, which shouldn't be too hard. So I want to be able to print words on the screen, and I want to be able to have them be variable sized, and I want to support all these textures and this and that. But okay, we're already past 10 minutes. I'm gonna end it here. I look like crap anyway. I'm gonna go shower. Uh, we'll be back. Maybe I'll work on this a little more tonight. I'm just excited because this is just coming along more and more and more. This is so far and beyond what we had here before. I mean, yeah, that just, I mean, night and day. So, anyway, I'm a happy boy. Talk to y'all later.